Spec electric go-kart kit. This is about to change the electric karting industry. No, this is about to change the karting industry. What am I saying? And we're almost there at the final design stages, so let's take a look. You might have seen the other two videos about this kit and this kart. Today, we're at All-Star Karting and we're gonna give it a final test. Josh One's been hard at work on the mounting system. We've determined what battery we're gonna use, what motor, and everything's working out really well. So let's turn around and get into what those specifications are gonna be and what changes we've made. You might have noticed that we use a Burrell Arts chassis for this kit. That doesn't mean that it's exclusively for the Burrell Arts chassis. It actually will work with any chassis that runs the LO206 motor, making this a perfect candidate for a spec karting class kit. That's the goal here. Make a kit that replaces the LO206 but electric. So we have a similar power output with less maintenance and at a similar price. So when it comes to the mounting setup of this kit, just know that there is absolutely no cutting or welding required. It is a direct bolt-on setup that bolts onto the existing LO206 engine mounts that you're used to using. This is a all-in-one package where the entire drive unit, that includes the battery, the motor, and controller, is one piece and bolts directly onto the chassis. As I said, absolutely no modifications required. So as we talk about the specifications of this, just know that we are using RTR Powertrain heart and soul. We have the same controller that's in the RTR, making this an 8 kilowatt setup, which puts it on par with what an LO206 makes. We're also running the revolver motor. That revolver motor is 2 fans, which is integrated into the mount part of the kit. And on top of that, we're running a 72 volt, 30 amp hour battery, so you have all the necessary range, and it's hot swappable, which means you can run without any issues or concerns about running out of juice. So with the whole cutting and no welding situation, that means that the throttle cable also works directly with the existing setup in your kart, so there's absolutely no modifications required to get the throttle working. It runs the same cable setup that you're used to, and that all is included with the kit. So I have to stress, there's absolutely no modifications required to your kart in order to get this to work. If you can install an LO206 in here, you can very easily install this. I'd say that this is definitely easier, and because of that, this is a great kit for beginners or for people who are looking to get into a competitive spec class where they know that the karts are gonna be equal without such a big worry for upkeep, carb tuning, engine wear, that kind of thing, because electric's very consistent, and that means this class is gonna be very consistent and competitive. For discharge and charging, we're gonna have some connectors on the front side of this that make it very clean. Today, they're not here. Those are some of the things that we're missing. Doesn't have anything to do with our testing, but just know when you're looking at this B-roll, everything's gonna be tucked up. Plugs are gonna go straight into the mount. It's gonna be a very clean setup. The battery is a quick disconnect setup. All you have to do, pop the latches, this slides over, pull the battery out, pop a new one in, you're done. So fastest pit stop in the industry, guaranteed. Behind that, as I mentioned, is the fans. These are integrated into the mount. They also kind of serve as a little wing until we get a cowl over the top of this, which is coming, by the way. That's a secondary option, not required. So it's like an add-on piece that we'll be doing. I guess it's gonna end up being plastic, I hope. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point is that these fans keep the motor cool and they're integrated into the setup. Moving back beyond the battery, we're gonna look at these fans a little bit closer. Those are keeping the motor cool. 2 big blower fans, all integrated with 2 of these flat push buttons on here. Basically, on a hot day, these are gonna be prime. Otherwise, not necessary, but they are included in the kit.
How's it going, boys?
Josh is just cruising. Got like 4 minutes left of his test. Let's make it clear, there's 2 types of karts out here right now. 3 if you include the electric. 2-stroke, crazy fast, totally different thing. Big money, like that one. Then there's the 4-stroke, that's the LO206. That's who we're up against, the LO206. So, that guy. That's who the kit is intended to compete with, and I think Josh already passed him, so it's working out well. All right, Kart was running great. Coming in, checking temperatures. Right now, we're actually gonna limit the RPM down, put it at like an 8,000 RPM limit. So it's like everything's lining up. Took a little bit of torque off the bottom. It was really spinning the tires. Trying to get a little bit more run out of it. Everything's dialed, and it's gonna be even more dialed after I finish what I'm doing.
How did it feel, Josh?
Every time I go out, I'm getting better just because I'm so new to it. But that session, I felt like I was using the whole track. Actually had like a decent flow to it. Still like making some mistakes, but it was definitely like more consistent. So
Kart's chilling?
yeah, kart feels good. Power felt good, smooth, everything was good. So
good.
We're on the right track for sure.
Whoa, dude. What the hell's going on over here? You getting
Too fat to get in.
squeezing your hips much?
A little. Boss has got to get in here and make sure you guys are doing it right.
Dude, I thought this guy was a racer. He's getting cooked. What the hell, dude?
She's a squirmy worm, a lot of torque and no power pulses, so basically straight up power all the time, so things just want the power slide. Not crazy bad, just, you know, I'm a rookie.
More driver error?
Half and half, nah, probably 80% driver. Mini recap, 72 volt, 30 amp hours, full bolt on, absolutely no modification required, revolver motor, RTR controller, 8 kilowatts of power, LO206 destroyer, gonna be available on the website soon, so get after it, boys. That's it.